You have to card day.
Come on, Kakarot! Find a way! I entrusted everything to you! My pride, my promise, everything!
How much can you see with those shotting gun of yours?
But abandoning one's love for his friends and fellow man, is that really what it means to become an adult?
Good morning. What's good, everybody?
What up, dope?
How's the Kages episode 8?
8?
8.
Damn, I just told my boy, like, yo, we already recorded like 5 episodes.
Dude.
I'm never going to remember that. I'm
Dude,
always off.
Now, last time I was like, I can't forget again, so...
I can't believe I thought we only did 5, man. We already did 7.
5?
Oh, my God.
Damn, you giving us no credit.
Nah, I'm just sleeping, man.
But today, coming through, I know it's been a week. We're actually trying to move to bi-weekly. Just because, life is crazy.
Yeah, life's too busy, man. trying to catch up and rewatch stuff, take notes, try to hit the gym, be a parent.
Yeah, and friggin' spouse is just crazy.
Yeah, right. Spend
It's
some
just
time
crazy.
with the lady.
Yo,
and,
for real. So,
work. It's
yeah.
just too much, man.
I mean, we're not disappearing. We're going every other week. We're gonna hit you
perfect.
with some crazy shit, and it gives us time to watch more anime. Because
right.
we watched a whole season, even though it was only 13 episodes, but we watched a whole season for this episode today.
Right.
And speaking of which, we're gonna be talking about season 1 of Megalobox.
Yeah. Never heard of it until you put me on with it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, last episode, I don't know if you heard, but I challenged Jordan. I was like, yo, yeah, I challenge you to try and get out of your wheelhouse a little bit, watch a little different anime, and we'll bang out a season. And then now that we're doing every other week, it makes even more sense.
Right? It's so much better.
So, before we dive into this, I want to ask, what did you think of the anime and just as a whole?
It's a solid anime. I definitely liked it. The first few episodes, I knew I was going to like it, man. There's something, which was crazy. I thought this anime was from like the late 90s. And not to say like it looked bad. It just had that authentic like feeling. Like it gave me Cowboy Bebop type of vibes, like the drawing and stuff. Like it wasn't like a bunch of CGI and all that stuff.
100%.
Like it just, I was like, yo, this is actually smooth, man. I love it. It's an authentic feeling, man. It feels, I don't know, man. I love all the new anime with CGI and stuff, but it's something about watching like an older anime where it's just a lot of hand drawn and
Yeah, something about that hand-drawn animation just makes it so different.
right. It's a different feeling. So after I watched like 2 episodes of this, I was like, dude, this is I couldn't wait to like start to get to the next episodes and stuff. I mean, overall, like I said, there's only one more season.
Yeah, one more season.
I definitely gotta start that.
I wish it was more.
Right, it's definitely short, but
But yeah, I'm glad you liked it because I was trying to think of like different anime that I could put you on and like get you to watch, but I said to myself it had to be like that authentic feeling that would just like encompass you and quickly, and I was like, oh, that's easy, fucking Megalobox, because it has that old school animation.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's hand drawn, and it like you said, it feels like that Cowboy Bebop vibes.
But I couldn't believe it. This anime came out in 2018.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta look up who's the like creator of this and stuff, kind of see what his background is, cause.
Yeah, because he's a fucking man.
But for a 2018 anime and it's looking like it's from 1999, it's like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Nah, it is pretty dope, and I mean, fuck, let's dive right into it, man. So what did season 1, episode 1, my bad, was I think it's crazy that he starts off with like him just driving through the desert on his motorcycle, looking like he's gonna kill himself and jump off the fucking cliff.
This dude loved whipping on his motorcycle, no helmet.
Nah, just some little goggles.
just flying, bro. Like,
Nah, I thought it was dope, but I was so confused. I was like, "Why the fuck is he trying to fucking just drive off this goddamn cliff? Trying to play
Right?
chicken with himself?"
Seriously, right?
But and then I don't know. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Yo, I'm fucking in. I'm in, man." And then he's just scheming on his bike, and then he almost friggin' hits Yukiko right off the bat on the first episode.
Yeah, so she's like the what's it? She's the owner of a
Yeah.
tech company that makes like they call it gear.
Yeah, she's the CEO of what is it? Shirato Group.
Yeah, Shirato.
Yeah, and they make Megalobox gear, which is, if you haven't seen the anime, it's like enhanced boxing gear that you wear on the outside of your body that amplifies your strength and agility for boxing.
Yeah, so like she kind of created this gear and stuff, and I guess Megaloboxing was kind of like the first test on it to see, because she later on obviously she pitches the idea to like the army and
The
all
military
that, the
shit,
military
yeah.
and stuff. But like,
Yep.
it's actually pretty cool, man. Like I said, 'cause I love boxing and stuff. So then like seeing this, and then all of a sudden seeing what they did, enhancing it with the gear and stuff like that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It kind of made me think of Ippo, and like if Ippo had
I gotta
fucking,
get back into it, yeah.
if Ippo had like Megalobox armor and shit, how OP that dude would be.
Oh my god, I'm like I gotta refresh my memory of Ippo and watch that. But something tells me though, like the boxing though in Ippo was better though in Megaloboxing.
It was better than Megalobox.
Yeah,
I feel like because it's a pure boxing anime, it's not like, there's not a caveat of like armor and shit like that.
yeah, because like I'm
Plus,
watching
I feel like the only real boxer in Megalobox is Joe.
pretty much.
Because he didn't even need the gear.
Yeah, I mean Yuri though was
Yeah, Yuri was about it.
he was about it. But like just watching their boxing, like Joe, which at first I mean he ends up picking that name, but what were they calling him first?
The junkyard dog.
Junkyard dog, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's over here fighting with like literally gear from like a junkyard.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
it was just the most garbage shit
It looked
ever.
like shit that like someone threw away because they shattered their gear and it was only the bones were left.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yo, this shit's brand new."
Yep, he went to the junkyard and literally picked out pieces and had someone build it for him.
And then after he almost friggin' road rashes Yukiko, and then she's trying to talk to him and like, "Oh, we'll compensate you," blah blah blah, and he like smacks her hand.
Bro, he was
And
mad
then-
disrespectful.
And then here comes Yuri.
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
got to, bro. Like she's trying to hand you on a lady, and you literally smacked it out of her hand.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, "Yo, get this fucking lady out of here,
Facts.
out of here."
But yeah, Yuri stepped up, man. Like, bro,
Yuri was like, "Yo, was good."
Yuri was ready to body bag him real quick, but
And then Yukiko was like, "Nah, I can't be having you fight. Like, you're my prized possession. Like,
I
you can't be doing a street fight,
yo,
my dude."
I know. And then you to find out Yuri's friggin' gear is just like literally part of his body.
Yeah, to find out that his, what is it, augmented? No, that's not the word.
His
but-
arms and shit look like
But-
Colossus friggin' arms, dude.
Yeah, it's like embedded in his body,
It's tough.
and it's like in his DNA, I guess, or like whatever.
Something, man. It's tough though.
But basically, like Joe was like, "Was good then? You a bitch."
He definitely did, man.
and
That's
then he
one thing
wa-
about Joe.
Yeah.
He loved to scrap, man.
And then she's walking away with Yuri, and then he's like, because I think he called him like a dog, like trying to downplay him.
I keep calling
And
them
then
like
he-
dogs,
Then
whatever.
he walked
Stray
away,
dog.
and then Joe was like, "So who's the dog now?" Because she was like, "Stop," and he stopped and just like
Yeah,
walked away like
got
a
her
little
on
dog.
the leash.
He's like, "Yeah, who the bitch now? Wagwan."
For real.
And then, so yeah, the next scene, Joe's in the ring waiting for his next match. Because actually, I don't think that we said that. I think before he actually almost runs over Yukiko, you see him and Pops throwing a fight.
Oh yeah. I was say he definitely had a fight right before. That's why he was like
Yeah, that's why he was
flying
pissed
so
off,
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So him and his trainer dude, what's his Nambu.
AKA Pops.
Yeah. So Nambu, they're fighting underground. So they're not fighting like in the Megalonia and stuff. They're fighting underground, and Nambu's having Joe out here like purposely throw fights or whatever to win bets. Like he has him like winning like the first couple rounds, so people
Yeah.
start changing up bets, and then boom, got an earpiece and everything. Like,
Joe
all right.
hates that shit.
Course,
He doesn't want to
yeah.
be throwing fights.
I mean, imagine being really good at fighting, and you're like being forced to like throw fights and stuff and lose.
you're being forced to lose every single fight you're in.
So people
I'd be
just
so
think you're
pissed.
just a bitch and you suck, but you're just like, bro, I could literally body everybody in this
Yeah.
whole arena.
Fucking mop you up, dog. Pause. And then, so he's waiting in the ring for his next opponent, and who walks in? Motherfucking Yuri.
yo, Yuri walked in like a G though. He had the hood on and everything.
Yeah, he was-
Security's like, you can't walk up in it. And he took the hood off, and yo, like they seen those Yuri though, they was shaking.
Yeah, he was like, huh?
Yuri's like, nah, I got a little something to handle
Yo,
real quick.
Yuri walks up on fucking Joe's turf, yo, and there's no woman to hold him back. And he's like, you know, what's good then? You know?
That's what I like, because yeah, it started like the first like few episodes started off with a couple little good fights like that, and especially getting to see Yuri right away, like just to see a little
100%.
bit of how he gets down.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that the fight that ensues just shows how big of the gap is in the beginning of the anime from Joe to Yuri, but also it just shows you the kind of character that Joe's gonna be. Because Joe didn't back down. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, "We can scrap right now. Like, you know, what's up?"
You know who? So you know, like in Ippo, obviously, he's got the Mike Tyson little peekaboo, and then you know who Joe kind of reminds me of though, man, kind of is friggin' Rocky. He literally takes so many punches,
that's so true.
keeps getting laid down, and he gets right back up, like no, all bloody and stuff, eyes all shut and stuff. But
He does
'cause
remind me of
pretty
Rocky.
much every fight he was getting pretty, you know, roughed up and stuff.
Yeah, he was
but
getting fucked
he
up
just
every
keeps
fight.
getting up though, like
Yeah.
at count 8 and everything, and he's like, "That's all you got?" I'm like, this
Yeah,
dude,
well, he
he
lo-
pretty
he
much
loves to
tires the
scrap.
people out, whatever, kind of like Rocky did, and then
Hard ass head,
takes him
dude.
out with a nice
Takes-
counter.
Takes just too many. Well, he takes all the fucking punches to the head and shit, and he's just like, "That's all you got? Like, come on, like, come at me."
Yeah, he's gonna turn into CTE Joe, man, any second, dude.
Nah,
'cause-
nah. He's out here, dog.
I don't know.
But then Yuri wants to get on his shit, and he's like, "Yo, matter of fact, I'll give you a handicap. I only use one hand." And Joe's
Oh, that
Joe's
was
like,
funny,
"Yo, you sure you want to
man.
do that?"
And at first though, man, he was still holding down with one hand. He was fucking Joe up.
Oh no, 100%. He was still like, you know, showing him the gap between their skill level. But then Joe was like, "I could turn these jets on like no problem."
He def did.
So then, you know, he starts winning, and then he goes to punch Yuri in the face, and Yuri ends up using his hand.
Yeah,
And Joe's like,
that was a
and
funny
Joe's
moment.
Like, basically, Joe's like, "Yo, I told you." You know what I mean?
Yuri was like, you know, he was definitely salty when that happened.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And it's crazy that you basically get to see that Yuri's gear like predicts the opponent's moves and shit. And it wasn't him who put his guard up. It was the gear making his body put the guard up.
I didn't know Yuri's. I guess I didn't peep that Yuri's did that.
Yeah, it wasn't like
I know. Yeah.
it wasn't like Mikio's, but
Yeah, Mikio's is
it
off
was
the
like
chains.
it looked like it did like a little like shock to him or something. I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, like do that," you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, it was just good to see that Joe actually made him use his other hand, because he was talking mad reckless. But Yuri, of course, still wins, basically knocks Joe out, and then he's getting up while Yuri's walking away, and he's like, "Yo, is that it? Like, I'm not done." And then Yuri,
He's crazy. Yuri was almost out the doorway. And
He's
this
like-
dude gets up, man, like a friggin' zombie, man. Like,
yo, he's looking at him crazy, like,
you
dog.
call that megaloboxing and stuff?
Yeah, he's like,
This
"Yeah,
dude
you
just-
leaking right there, bro."
He definitely looked hurt.
get
He
your-
looked like roadkill real quick,
Get your
man.
trainer holding you up by your fucking bootstraps. Get outta here.
Yeah,
then,
Joe's funny.
Then Yuri's like, "Yo,
What?
I'm not gonna fight you here. You gotta make your way to Megalonia if you
Yeah,
actually
fight
wanna
me in my ring, man.
And fight me on my turf next time."
Mm-hmm.
And Joe's like, "I bet."
Oh yeah, that was his life mission after that.
Yo, every focus, energy, anything was all about fucking making it to Megalobox to fight Yuri again. Which, I mean, I wouldn't blame him, because who wants to get treated like that on your own turf and then just have homeboy walk away?
Yeah, you know, at first, man, I really wasn't a fan of Nambu at all.
No,
Pops.
I fucking hated Nambu.
Yeah, 'cause, like, the way he-
actually, I hate him for 90% of the anime.
Same. Cause the way he talked to Joe, man, he literally talked to him like he was a stray dog, man.
Yeah.
Like, shut up and do what the fuck I say. Like, this is what you're good for. Like, frauds like us don't ever make it anywhere.
Yeah, he basically
like,
was like, yo, we're fucking nobodies. Nobody's ever make it. Like,
yeah.
Like we'll just scurry off on the bottom feeders and
just shut up and keep throwing these fights for me, man.
Well,
and eventually I'll get out of debt.
The fucking next fight, he wanted Joe to do it again.
Oh yeah.
And Joe was like, he went along with it. He disagreed. He went along with it for a little bit, but in like 2 seconds, he just knocked out the fucking opponent and then was staring at Pops like, yo, I told you I ain't doing this shit no more, B.
Yo, he literally walked up. George Foreman did that one time. When I seen the video, George Foreman just walked up after the bell rings and just walked up and quick uppercut and laid the dude out in like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. Joe had to pull a move like that.
But doing that really almost got Nambu in a lot of trouble.
Bro, Nambu was shaking,
because the mob boss fucking
your boy Fujimaki
fucking Fujimaki was like, yo, my mans, I lost money on that fight.
So like Fujimaki's like a mob boss who he's the like
underground mob boss.
Yeah, he controls like the underground fight boxing stuff, man. So you already know he's like badass. And
then he was like, yo, how we gonna handle this, B? Like, I lost money on that. You were supposed to throw that fight.
Yeah. So
and then Pops was like, basically, he was ready to give him a finger, and then Fujimaki was like, nah, how about that other eye?
Yeah,
because Pops has a patched eye already, which means I'm guessing that he lost in a bet.
Yeah, I bet he did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, but then he's like, yeah, what about that eye? And then Pops was scrambling to find an answer. And basically he said, I want to bet on bet my life on the fact that Joe can make it to Megalonia and to one of the top seeds in the tournament.
Win the prize money.
And the guy was like, you're willing to bet your life that this fucking junkyard dog, nobody, can get to Megalonia and beat people. He was like, yo, my man, you give me the ID for me and my boy, and then we'll
hit the bootlegger up right now on speed dial.
Yeah, down on Union Street. I know he's still there. And then fucking, I'll show you what's up. And then, I mean, we didn't really get to see the rest of the scene. You get to see that later in the anime.
Yeah.
And then
it's funny, man, when they go see the bootlegger.
Yeah, yo, they go get the ID. They go to this bootleg dude, and then he's typing up all the profile on the computer, and he's like, so, what's your name gonna be? And he looks at Pops, and Pops goes, yo, it's your name, man. Like, what do you want it to be?
Yeah, what you gonna do, man? So I'm like, yo, when I was there, I was waiting. I'm like, yo, what name is he gonna pick, man? It's gonna be something badass, like like a Japanese, like a Kenpachi name, something like tough.
Yeah. This motherfucker looks around the room, and then looks at him and goes, Joe.
Yo, everybody in the room like turned their head over their shoulder, slowly smirking, and said, "Yeah, now that's a name." And I'm like, "No, it's." I'm like saying to myself, like, "No, it's not, bro. That's like such an average name. That's why they say Average Joe."
They
literally thought that name was so great, dude. I'm like, the bootlegger was like, That's the best. That's the best fake name I ever heard. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm just like, dude, come on, man.
Stop lying to the poor dude.
Joe. Like, come on. But that's where they came to name, Joe now. Because he ain't Junkyard Dog no more. Now he's Joe. And that was it. Like, it was funny. So he types his name in, and I thought I was like, what's he gonna do for a last name? He just typed in Joe for his name.
Like, dog, if a fake ID, like, who's he fucking
McLovin, man? Like, one name? What are you, Seal? Fucking, that's what they should have said to him.
Yeah, I wish they did. That would have been the best anime of all time.
Right?
But fucking but it was crazy is when Nambu went to go register Joe, and this is early on in the anime, so like for our second episode. Then, like, people in the stadium where he has to register him were, like, noticing him and was like, oh, it's Nambu, like, what's up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, what secret identity, like, passes Pops have? Because how the fuck these random people be knowing who he is inside of, like, the registration place?
And I don't get how when they start showing some people, other boxers that are, like, trying to fight to get into Megalonia, they all had full names. But Mr. Joe over here just said Joe down in the last place. I'm like, that's not suspicious.
Yeah. And then they go back to what's his name? Friggin' no, not it wasn't even Abu Hachi's shop. It's some random shop to try and get their gear upgraded. And then that's when you first meet
dudes, man.
That's when you first meet Sachio. And
Sachio, what is he? Sachio looked like he was probably like 7 or 8, man.
Maybe.
Just a homeless 8-year-old with like 3 other homeless kids.
Yeah, his little gang of homeless people. They're stealing cameras and shit. They come back. They're boosting cameras, come back to his shop and give them to the owner. And he's like, oh, here, I got you some. Let's get some of this stuff. Yo, the shop owner is giving these kids drugs.
Right.
They're over there fucking geeking out on the couch like space cadets.
They deaf was, bro.
I was like, holy
Shit. He's like, oh, these things, help them escape reality. I'm like, yes, that's what drugs do. Yeah. I'm like, you're giving 8-year-olds drugs, my guy. Like,
help them out, dog. Get them off the street.
And they're like stealing like some pretty good stuff, man. Like they stole one of those gear suits, man. Friggin' that was like a prototype.
He stole that for Joe, but.
Well, at first, that's what he got that for them, whatever, and then he ended up stealing that for Joe.
But first,
he was like, "I got you that, whatever. It's mine anyways and stuff." And you didn't even pay us like that.
Homeboy pulled the shank out mad quick.
Yeah, he def did.
Oh yeah, well, Sachio did hit him with something and like cut him.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out the fucking shank to stab Sachio, and Joe's like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Right.
He's a fucking kid.
Nabu's like, "Bro, don't be getting into their business. Like, ready to watch an 8-year-old get friggin'
shanked up.
You know what I mean? Poked up real quick."
So,
like, dude.
So Joe steps up, and then the little bodyguard that is in the shop with him is like,
trash.
"Hey, you ain't gonna get in our business." And Joe's like, "I will fuck you up, homeboy."
Right. So this dude's just rocking his gear all day, and he's not even. So he used to. What he fought before, like in
he was ranked like 170.
Yeah,
he was mad high.
But this dude's gear, literally, he didn't have no boxing gloves on. Night, he just had like the metal friggin' hands.
The metal fist. Yeah.
I was like, this dude's definitely gonna kill someone.
So he punches fucking Joe and Sachio through the door, and then he puts Sachio down, and then the old man's like, he's gonna do it anyway. Go show him like what we're about. And basically, Joe just walks up to this dude and knocks him out. Now, I thought he was gonna steal his suit, his little gear, whatever.
Should have. I mean, I don't know. Well, they could have
definitely way too big.
Yeah, but they could have modified it. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
I don't know what he was thinking, bro. He definitely you knock somebody out, you got to take this stuff, man. You want it.
I mean, why not? At that point.
Yeah.
But then he knocks homeboy out. Then they go back to training. And then that night, Sachio goes back to steal that prototype armor that he got Joe. And then his little gang of... he gets caught. He gives the armor to his little gang.
They started torturing this kid.
And so they go back to Joe and was like, he got the armor for you here. But they caught him. And they're fucking torturing this kid. So Joe's like, all right.
Torturing an 8-year-old?
Yeah, that's fucking insane. They're acting like this dude's like a Navy SEAL. It's like, bro, it's a fucking tiny little boy.
What are y'all going to waterboard him next? Like,
tiny little boy, y'all acting like fucking this Navy SEAL broke in to steal your fucking intelligence.
Like, I'm trying to think. I mean, if like an 8-year-old stole something from me, I'm trying to think like what I'd do to him. I mean, I'm not...
You gonna chop his hands off? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far. But
I don't know. I think I got a 9-year-old daughter. I'm just gonna have Angelina fuck him up.
That's funny.
So they get back, and then Joe takes the armor, goes to save Sachio.
That armor looked fresh too.
Yeah, but that shit was dookie. As soon as he started punching, the armor just disintegrated.
I know. I mean, well, yeah, because he's over here blocking the dude's punches with the armor.
Yeah, he did have cranked up armor, but still,
it'd be different if it was the soft, kind of gloves hitting it. You could block it, but this dude just got straight up metal, smashing it
like
up
brass knuckles.
That dude was huge. That dude was like 6'7", like 300 pounds. Like he wasn't like a scrawny dude.
And this was only a day before fucking Joe's first Megalonia match. Right? He had to scrap with this fucking dude.
This dude, right?
And then you got fucking Nambu being an idiot, plugs in Joe's usual like bare bones gear and then just fries it.
He def did.
Yo, Joe's like, yo, what the fuck, man? What are we gonna do? I'm fighting tomorrow.
Yep. But honestly, that was like a
Blessing
blessing in disguise, man.
100%.
You know, because then was it Nambu that came out with the idea? Yeah, Nambu came out with the idea, right, to fight Gearless.
Yeah, he wanted to do it as like a bluff.
Because pretty much, like, you're such a low ranking to try to get into Megalonia, man, that you got to try to make a name for yourself. And what better way is, like, fighting Gearless? Like, you're fighting other boxes with gear, and you have none. That's going to get you noticed so quick.
Everybody was super shocked when he came out with no fucking gear on.
Yeah, people in the crowd were bugging. They were like, get this fucking clown out of here.
Who's this fucking loser?
You know?
But
like,
then...
this dude thinks I'm a joke. The dude that he fought, though, was pissed.
Yo, what, Shark?
Shark dude?
Yeah.
He seen him like, this dude got no gear on? He thinks I'm a fucking joke? Like,
But at
dude
the same
was pissed.
time, Joe was fucking shitting his pants.
Yo, that was crazy, bro. He was literally shaking.
Yeah. He had all this fucking underground fights, all this, all that. I think it might have been the crowd because, I mean, you used to a dirty fucking piss bar, and now you had a clean stadium, 50,000 people in the stands. It's a little different than 50 drunk people at a shitty bar.
Yeah, that's true.
But
when you know how the outcome's gonna be.
But still, this fucking dude couldn't even snap out of it for like 4 rounds.
Yeah, he was just getting fucking
he was getting
mollywopped.
He really was getting mollywopped, and I was like, yo, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Like the first time I haven't watched this anime since it came out, so I'm like, yo, what's this dude doing, man? And he just keeps like dodging, running away without being on the offensive, which is
was pissed.
Which is not the normal for him.
They were booing.
But yo, when he did fucking start like jabbing up on Shark and then just hitting him with some combos, he didn't stand a fucking chance.
Right.
He didn't stand a chance.
Yo, remember the Shark dude? He almost got like completely banned. Cause he what did he do to him, man? I just remember he had him on the ground, and then his trainer's like, "Yo, like, stop, bro! It's your friggin' anger. It's gonna get you permanently banned."
Cause he was basically trying to beat him while he was on the ground. It's basically boxing rules. You can't touch him while he's on the ground.
Exactly. He got on top of him, man. Was ready to just straight pummel this dude. I'm like,
everyone's like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?"
I know. Even he finally realized. He stopped and was like, "Damn, I'm definitely forcing it right now."
Well, he finally starts taking cues from Pops, and he just knocks Shark out.
Yeah, he got him a good counter.
Easily, man. Finally overcoming his goddamn fear.
What's funny though is like Joe only needs one counter punch, and he knocks these dudes out.
He really is just like an actual boxer in like a league of just bums, because they had all this armor. It's like everyone thinks they're sweet, and like it's sweet now.
Right,
because he's gearless, and then they have all this cool fancy armor, and he's like, but y'all can't fight.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's like being a fucking black belt, but you never sparred in your life. Like what is that?
Seriously.
Like, what is that?
Right.
But then
that's where he got the name though, Gearless Joe.
Yeah, that's where he gets the name. Gearless Joe
wins it, of course. I mean, I watching these. I mean, I already kind of just knew he was gonna be winning a lot of these like first fights, because they tell me like he's gonna make it to like that final round in Megalonia.
Well, he's the main character. I mean, of
course. So I'm watching, so I'm like, but it kind of also gets you like, I wonder what he's gonna do to win this fight, because he's over here getting his ass beat usually in the first like few rounds and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But then they don't even show the next couple fights, because it's just they fast forward.
They fast forward.
But what they do stop at is when they find a snag where all of a sudden the number 17 fighter wants to fight Joe.
Oh yeah. Yo, when he came walking in on Nambu whatever at the little diner.
Yo, he looked like he was gonna shit. Aragaki comes walking in, and Nambu is just like it looks like he's seen a ghost.
Yeah.
And then it's because he really is seeing a ghost, because Aragaki was reported KIA while he was in the army, or military rather.
Yeah. So like Aragaki, Nambu was training him at first, and then Aragaki went off to fight whatever in the war.
Yeah.
And Nambu was like, "Yo, my man, I'm gonna give you this little meal ticket coupon. He's like, yo, he's got a spot right here at the gym, bro.
Yeah, he was pissed he was leaving too.
So, yo, I felt bad for Aragaki when he came back. He came back like in a wheelchair, and he rolled by the gym thinking he had his home, and that shit was all closed and shut down.
Because Nambu's like, hey, don't even clean out your locker, leave it how it is.
Right? He's like, I got you. Your shit will be right there, pristine.
Yeah.
He came back. Yo, this dude was so upset. He like jumped through the window and shit.
Yeah, he fucking climbed through the window because he couldn't jump. He had no legs.
That's true.
He goes off to war, gets his legs blown off, gets blown up with an IED.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
That shit, it made him look like Two-Face.
Then when he had the flashback and it looked like Nambu was holding his leg next to the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
That was like, this dude got some good acid.
Yo, what was up with his tattoo on his chest, though?
His tattoo was of the butterfly that he saw when he went into the building. That butterfly basically is the cause of him even getting blown up. He just got way too distracted by the goddamn butterfly.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I think that's why he tattooed it on himself, just as a reminder that, like,
a little weird spot.
I guess he survived.
Tattoo a butterfly on my chest. It's like tattooing a butterfly on his cheek.
Yeah, 50 said he wouldn't.
Yeah, Aragaki was smooth though, man.
Nah, he was cool. Former student of Nambu. If you guys didn't guess,
he told Nambu he's gonna destroy his boxer, though. I was like, damn.
Yeah, fucking Nambu thought he was just coming to see him to like chop it up and reminisce all times. He goes, you know what I decided, man? I'm going to destroy your student who you're putting all this time into, your new student.
Right.
Because it's time to pay your debt to me. And I was like, pay your debt?
I know. I was like, first of all, Nambu didn't send you off to the war. Like, it wasn't his decision.
You were in the reserves. That's just what happens.
And, like, not for nothing, his gym closed. I
feel like that was the downfall of Nambu, too.
It was.
Like, you got to look at the other side of the fence. You left. You're his golden boy.
And he was told that you were killed. I mean, imagine how this nigga felt. Like, he was probably going through the worst. Like, his he, like, obviously, like, had, like, love for this dude. Find out that he was killed, and then his gym closed down and everything.
They show the flashback of when he found out. He threw the chair at the TV. He started smashing everything up.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, why is Aragaki acting like that, bro?
Yeah,
like,
he was acting mad like just a little snotty nose fucking little brat or something. Like, dog, your man lost everything. You lost everything. It's over. Move on.
But somehow he gets he meets some other trainer dude that has like a friggin' robotic hand with like 3 fingers. Yeah,
you got like another veteran, gets him part of like I forget what it is, but it's some sort of veteran association. They give him a fresh pair of new shiny legs.
Them shits are clean and crisp. Look like Wolverine bones.
Some adamantium legs. Yo, but he was shining. I mean, he was winning fights. 17 rank.
Got to 17 rank. That's good.
With being a paraplegic is insane.
Facts. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's fucking goon. And
then, he's cool.
So then, I think him and Joe actually like meet up. Aragaki goes to where the gym used to be, and then there's Joe on his motorcycle, of course.
Right, he just posted up.
Yo, sup, dog? We finna talk.
Just waiting for him, bro. He should have been like smoking something, man. Just waiting, man.
Yeah.
Had a cigar or something in his mouth.
Yeah, then it's funny seeing
Joe's
you here, bud.
badass though, man.
But then he talks to him, and then they have a nice conversation. Basically, Aragaki's like, yo, fuck Nambu. I blame everything on him, and Joe's like, yo, it wasn't even his decision. It was your decision. It was your life. Like, that's on you, dog.
Facts. But he's like, move on. Stop being a little hoe.
But if you want to come try and destroy me, I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't going to be easy. And then Aragaki gave him the side eye and was like, all right, we'll see. We'll see. But this dude's holding so much resentment in his heart, man. He ain't listening to nobody.
Yeah.
He ain't listening to nobody.
That fight between them two, dude, it was like friggin' Rocky again, man. Joe was just taking so many punches, man. He's lucky there was no like 3 knockdown rules, because he would have been losing these fights.
Yo, Joe would have lost every fight.
Yeah, he literally gets knocked down like at least 3 times before he like finally like turns up on people.
Oh no, because I mean, yeah, he was holding his own the first round, but he slips up and Aragaki makes him pay for it, man.
Right.
Makes him fucking pay for it. He got his fucking bell rung.
His mouthpiece flying out of his mouth and everything. Like,
he gets to that 6 count, and then Aragaki's staring at Pops, and Joe gets up. He's like, "Yo, I told you, my man. You gotta beat me, not him."
He def said that.
Yeah, man. But then he starts breaking Aragaki down, because Sachio's like, yeah, he's like over 30 now, so that's why his gear isn't heavy and like strong. And then Nambu's like, nah, man, it's because he doesn't want that holding him back. But then they realize it's really just a stamina game with Aragaki. He is like 35. I don't even know how old Joe is. They don't even say in the
they definitely
in the anime.
He look like he's like 20.
He look like 25, little young buck coming up. But yeah, he starts breaking him down, and they're getting some good exchanges, few rounds. But then there was just one point where they're like doing an exchange, and Aragaki goes on the offensive, and then looks like one of his like knees or one of the metal legs gives out.
You could start to see like his nubs were like starting to like bleed, kind of, man. Yeah. It was getting bad.
Mm-hmm. And then like after that round, he's sitting there contemplating everything. There's like a million flashbacks. Basically, the whole story about him and Nambu is in the flashback. What really happened to him, they show it in full, and then what happens to Nambu, they show that in full. And then also, Joe's just mumbling what Aragaki used to... what Nambu used to say to him.
Yeah, he's getting in his head.
He said, you got to keep it even, 50-50. And then Aragaki's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Definitely getting him in his head, making him have, like, flashback thoughts and shit. And he was really fucking with them. And, but after that round where his leg gives out, he's sitting there, the flashbacks, and he's like, you know what, he was right. He really is just trying to think of tomorrow and like the future. And then him and his trainer agree, and they call the fight. They forfeit.
Right.
I was so surprised.
Def. I mean, if he kept on going, man, he was about to not be able to walk again ever.
And his doctor was telling him like, "Yo, you can't be fighting like this." And
his doctor,
he put him on bed rest for the rest of his life.
His doctor pretty much said, you're going to be in bed rest the rest of your life. You're not going to be able to fucking lift your hands. I mean, he really didn't say anything. Yo, but I could imagine his doctor did say that shit.
This motherfucker's insane.
When you thinking about it too, man, now that I actually think about it, yeah, I think majority of these dudes definitely know how to box. Cause when I was watching all their fights, ain't nobody was throwing a jab, trying to set up a punch. No. They were just throwing friggin' haymakers, left and right hooks, bro. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's all they kept on doing, bro. Like that's all they did.
They thought that the fucking the armor or the gear was gonna make them invincible, man. They have no idea. Just wildly swinging their arms and haymakers trying to hit that home run, and it's like, come on, man, like,
right? I'm like, bro,
this isn't even how you fight.
Gotta be like Joe. At least Joe's some stick and move and stuff, man.
He got some footwork.
He'd even like hug and stuff, whatever, things
when
like that. When he gets
tired, he knows how to hit a jab, an uppercut, a left, right hook.
Right, counter. These dudes just
don't know anything.
They're just throwing fucking haymakers.
But after that fight with Aragaki, here comes fucking Mikio, the CEO's brother.
Oh yeah,
I fucking hate this dude.
Mikio's the worst, man.
Biggest bitch ever, man.
Right, beefing with his sister, man. Like,
like no one gives a fuck about you and your sister having some sort of, I don't know, like family inheritance problem.
Here's what because Mikio, like, he was on the low trying to create his own gear using AI.
Yeah, that was shit apparently, but. This guy's trying to take the easy street into Megalonia and basically wants to just walk in without needing to fight. And his sister looked like she was going to go along with it, which I was surprised at. But then Pops and Sachio run into it and it's like, oh, well, who's Mikio going to fight? You don't want me to go to the public and let them know that you're basically letting your brother walk in. I don't think anybody would like that.
Right.
I feel like
called her out.
I feel like you guys are forgetting a crowd favorite maybe. Because they show like
Gearless Joe.
because right before that they show mad magazines, newspapers, flyers, fucking murals and shit of Gearless Joe, and then Nambu was just like, yo, we're not having that. We're not having this Joe slander going on. It's either you let my mans in, or I'm going to the streets and having a riot on your hands.
For real, like the whole show, man. Yukiko was just like stressed, between everything.
Oh, Mikio was fucking. I'm surprised his hair wasn't gray.
Right, and fucking.
But the surprise I feel like is after Mikio knocks out, what is it, like the 4th seed or whatever, he actually called Joe out and was like, I know that this cemented my my ticket to Megalonia, but I still have some unfinished business. I want to fight Gearless Joe. And I was like, what?
Yeah, homeboy was playing chess, not checkers.
Nah, he definitely was playing chess. Because then on top of that, you think, oh, this dude's like legit.
Right? I thought
he just wants to box.
Yeah,
like,
I thought he was going to beat fucking Joe's ass.
Yeah, I thought he was just like a bratty, sniveling asshole who actually wants to like back up his words. But then everyone is like trying to make the fight happen. The board that the CEO reports to is trying to not have the fight go through. They were like, he's part of the company, just let it go. We already had the match, blah blah blah. And then of course friggin' what's his name? Yukiko was like, I'll make a decision tonight, maybe, blah blah. Pussyfooting around.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of backyard deals basically went through just for him to even be able to maybe fight Mikio. So then they end up getting that to work out, and that bitch ass dude Mikio standing where Joe's about to go into the ring, and it's like, hey man,
he pulled a Joe, man, was just posted up against the wall waiting.
Yeah, he def pulled a Joe, and he's like, I know who you are, junkyard dog. So basically, the bus stops here, man. Your trip's over.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about?
Trying
And he
to
goes,
blackmail this dude.
yeah, he's like, I know you're not a citizen, so you're not even allowed to fight here. If the crowd knew that you were just some bar fighting bum, they would never allow you to be in fucking Megalonia.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to need you to do is fuck all the way off.
This dude Joe, man, of course, tries to run and punch this dude. I'm like, I don't blame him, but
I wish he did fight that guy because he was just being a big bitch. I wish Nambu let him knock Mikio out, but then Nambu stops Joe.
Yeah, because Mikio, because at the end of the day, Mikio's gear was using that AI, bro. Like it, like literally senses the the movement of the other person and stuff.
Yeah, Mikio's armor is different than Yuri's. Mikio's actually is predicting by reading like the gear of the other opponents, like,
which is crazy. If you don't
electric signals or whatever.
Yeah, and if you don't have gear like Joe, it still can like read like your movements and like register it. So like if Joe keeps on trying to throw a certain punch, like it already knows he's gonna do it and react.
I feel like after he met Joe, and then they were gonna fight, and then he basically got the fight called off because Joe couldn't go out and fight him without getting his whole background like told to the crowd and everything like that, and it basically ran out of there. And then I feel like between that and when they actually did fight, he had to upgrade his AI so that it could read him without gear on. Because I feel like Yuri said something about that. But
Yuri's like, bro, was that you that reacted to my punch, or was that your fucking gear?
Oh, when he fucking sees Mickey in the gym, and then he's like, yeah, it wasn't me, it was Ace.
Ace.
That's what he calls his AI, which is so stupid.
Calls it Ace Boogie.
Yeah, I mean, then Nambu stops Joe from punching out Mikio, then knocks Joe out with a gut punch, which was crazy, and then, yeah, you see the doors closing, which is a signal of maybe his future closing.
Yeah.
And then Sachio's is over there throwing a fucking fit. He goes, "What the fuck is happening?"
Bro, Sachio's
tight.
majority of the show was just going off.
Yo, I loved his energy. Like, he was just going off on everybody.
I don't blame him, bro. Like,
even when he was in Fujimaki's freaking face, he was like, "Yo, man, fuck you."
Yo, to find out, right, that it was, yeah, excuse me. Find out that was Mikio ended up bodying his dad.
I don't. Was it? Did they say that? Because I thought that
they said
I thought they didn't know.
So Sachio's dad was like one of the like the people working on working on Mikio's like gear and stuff. And I forget if they said the reason why or something, but they ended up stealing like his idea and killing him, whatever.
Oh, he came up with the integrated gear that Yuri uses. And then they didn't want anyone to know that, and they didn't want him to sell it off. So they basically just took his shit, killed him, and then made the armor.
Right.
And then
friggin' Sachio's poor mom died like fucking. These were like 2 months later or something from whatever, like health issues or something. I don't know.
She probably just died from the dad being killed and everything. It's too much for her.
Now, come on, you got a little kid though.
I mean, no, I agree.
You gotta hold the shit down.
I agree, but I mean, some people aren't built like that, I guess.
It is Sachio, bro. Like I said, that dude doesn't. He's just that's it. No, going through the system. My man just says, "All right,
street.
I'm now the streets is my home."
Yeah. Yo, he was holding it down for himself though.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he was doing the damn thing.
He definitely was.
But then, what's it called? So with all that happening, Nambu is basically like, I'm gonna go back to this dude and he's gonna kill me, back to Fujimaki. But then he goes to Sachio to basically beg for another chance, because he's saying that someone must have leaked intel to Mikio, and Fujimaki's like, yeah, someone did come snooping around here like a week ago, but they didn't know nothing. You basically fell into his bluff. So you again played yourself.
Fucking Fuji, man.
And then he makes Pops makes another backdoor fucking deal, and then stakes his life and Joe's life this time.
Yo, and Sachio.
Well, yeah, and Sachio's life.
Fujimaki's crazy. Fujimaki's like, bro, we're gonna kill Joe and we're gonna kill that little kid. I'm like, why is everybody wanting to just murder and torture like little 8-year-old kids?
Yo, because they about that money, man. They about that money. But then, so they asked Fujimaki to help him out, and he uncovers everything that was gonna go on, the information that Mikio had, and then they stumble upon that dude who used to work for Mikio, who also knew Sachio's dad.
Yeah.
And that's when you find out that Mikio had him killed. But so they get all that information. They go back to try and ask Yukiko to get a rematch going, and of course, Pops goes by himself, and she's basically like, I'll take all this information and ponder about it, but what I'm going to need you to do is go fuck yourself, and now I'm going to lock you in this room until after the ceremony.
Disrespecting this dude. Lock me in this room, bro. Like, no toilet, no food, no water.
Nambu gets no respect, man. He's like, fuck it.
Bro, Nambu's wild, bro. One of the funniest things, bro, when Nambu takes Sachio, and my man just pulls up on like a fucking party or something with Mikio's there. And he's like, that's the man right there you want to get your revenge on. He's the one that bodied up your fucking dad and shit.
No, he wasn't even there. He was looking at Yukiko.
Oh, was it?
I thought Mikio wasn't even there.
So I thought Mikio was right behind her, like, because they showed her and then they like showed someone kind of like behind her, but he didn't. I don't know, like he didn't look exactly like Mikio, but I thought that was just him, because like maybe it's him like outside of the boxing world, like he maybe dresses up a little different.
No, I don't know who they show, but he was focused, basically telling him like, yo, go kill
my
Yukiko,
man,
because she's the CEO.
And this dude passed him a friggin' shank.
He def passed him a fucking damn, what was that movie with the alligator dude? Crocodile Dundee knife.
Yo.
He was like, yo, take
so
this.
Now grown men are handing 8-year-olds knives, telling them to go fucking, trying to persuade them to go fucking kill the person. I'm like, geez. I'm like, Sachio is definitely living a crazy life.
Sachio about to get them 3 stripes.
Right?
But, so, yeah, they find out the guy...
He didn't do it, by the way.
No, he didn't kill him. But he finds out about the Sachio's parents' friend, and then he basically tells everybody that the problem is that Mikio's gear only reads people with gear on. So the reason why he said all that shit and did all that dirt on Joe was because his armor couldn't read him, so he was afraid to fight him. So
Death shook.
So basically, when Pops goes there, he goes to take all this information, blah blah blah, gets locked in the room, and then the ceremony starts, and Sachio's like, "Yo, where's Pops at? Why is this happening?" And then, so of course, Pops gets on the phone with Sachio and was like, "Yo, I failed." And then Sachio looks over and goes, "Oh shit, where's Joe?" And then of course they pan over this motherfucker scheming on his bike again.
Always, bro. He just wants to become a paraplegic.
Yo, he just wants to crash and burn, man.
He definitely does.
But fucking, so he's scheming on his little bike, crashes the friggin' ceremony like always, like we all knew he would.
This dude crashed right through it.
And he's basically like, "Yo, well, fuck this dude, Mikio. He's a snake. And you, Kiko, how you gonna let this shit slide? We were supposed to fight." And she's like, "Oh, with the company, the image." He goes, "Fuck that."
Right?
Nah, but really, he's basically pleading his case for a rematch, and because he knows that Mikio snaked him, and he wants a rematch. He doesn't think it's fair, and he's like, "Yo, Yukiko, how you gonna let this happen? Do you really want everyone to know that this fake boxer got in, not even on his own merit, because he basically threatened someone out of the top spot?" And then I don't know what occurred. Oh, because they used the word genuine article, and it sparked a memory between her and Yuri. And she's like, "That's the second time I've heard someone say that." And then Mikio said it, and Joe said it, and she was like, "You know what? Let me break this ticket in half. Half goes to Joe.
Let me rip this down the middle like Dutch paper. And pass it to both of them."
So half it goes to Joe, half it goes to Mikio, and she says, "Listen, y'all gonna duke this out." And that's gonna be that.
Mikio was tight.
He was tight.
He was just like, "Bro, now I'm definitely gonna fucking take you out."
He's looking down on him still as he's been held back by security, and he's giving Joe the like, "I'm better than you" eyes, and Joe's like, "Yo, come with it, come with it." And then so they jump right into that fight.
Yep, get right into the scrap.
They get right into the shits, and Joe is getting handled. That's really all I can say.
The typical, Joe's just...
He's getting handled by friggin' Mikio for rounds upon rounds.
Right.
And, I mean, it's not till he basically is like, "Yo, fuck all this." It's like round 6. I've been getting my face pummeled in for 6 straight rounds. I'm CTE'd out. I don't know what's happening. And so I'm going to wing it. So basically what he does is he puts his arm down. He goes guardless. Because like we just talked about a few minutes ago, Mikio upgraded his armor to read Joe's moves even though he doesn't have gear on.
Bro, tell me Gearless Joe didn't go Ultra Instinct for a few seconds.
Yo, he definitely did.
When he dropped his hands and Mikio walks up throwing like hooks at him, and he was just dodging him. There was like a glow behind him and everything. And he was just sitting there like, vroom, 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 dodging his punches all smooth and effortlessly. And even like Pops, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm just like, bro, this dude just went Ultra Instinct, man.
I wish they had the music.
Yo,
it
was. When I seen that, I was
tough.
just like, bro, that's crazy.
Yo, he's a fucking man.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, how you gonna drop your guard and then Mikio's suit didn't know what to do?
It didn't. It's like it was like malfunctioning.
Yeah, you could see his right hand go to do something and then it like pulled back because it couldn't read him because his guard was down.
Because he went Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, and Mikio can't fight. Another dude in this fucking tournament who got no hands when their friggin' armor can't do it for him.
Right.
Which I find was crazy, but so they get to fighting, and well, I mean, Joe gets the Ultra Instinct in because Mikio's just throwing a barrage of punches at him to try and hit him, and he really can. He gets some off, but not much. And what's it called? He ends up just beating the shit out of Mikio, like playing his own game. It was basically an endurance game, and Mikio was tiring himself out because instead of the armor, the gear doing it for him, he had to actually box himself because Joe's guard was down and he couldn't predict any of the moves. So he was gassed, and then Joe finally showed him what was up and knocked that dude out. It was glorious.
Right.
Glorious.
It was definitely
Was it an
great.
uppercut? I forget what it was, but he knocked fucking Mikio out.
Was that I'm trying to remember.
Oh, he countered him. It was
yeah,
a
I was gonna
counter
say I
punch.
was trying to remember if that was the one again where when he looked at Nambu and was like, "Yo, I want you to guess which punch he's gonna throw."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that the one? And he came flying in with like the right whatever, and then he like stopped and went back to the left, and Joe just like did the same, like kind of just faked an uppercut or something, and came with the friggin'
Yeah, he got hit, but his punch was actually better than Mikio's and actually connected fully.
Yeah.
And then that dude was out like a light.
He was. He actually got left in the Yamcha pose. He was in the middle of the ring, laid out,
Yamcha
just
dead pose.
laying on his face, bro, just out cold.
Friggin'. Yeah, and then Sachi was making fun of Nambu. I was like, yeah, well, at least I didn't guess the wrong friggin' punch that was coming, and everyone gets a nice laugh out of that, except for Nambu, fucking idiot.
Yuri was excited though. Yuri was like, "Damn, man, okay." I think more and more Yuri was earning respect for him and stuff. Like, well, not earning, but like giving him like respect. Like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I mean, he was just like, this guy is really like doing all the things that he told me he was gonna do, and he's doing it. I mean,
He was like inspiring him, man.
He
Yuri
was,
was getting
yo,
inspired.
he
Yuri was
was.
like, bro. Yuri had to go and talk to him and shit after.
nah, he definitely was like, listen, man. And then Joe was like, yo, you got what you wanted. I'm here on your turf, in your friggin' arena, in your palace. Like, I promised you I was gonna come here and end up fighting you. And I'm here, even though he has to still go through one more person. But
I'm trying to remember who else did he have to fight?
the lion dude,
Oh, that dude was jacked.
that was a big dude.
That dude was eating
like,
shots.
He fucking stalks you like he's in the Sahara like a lion.
That dude,
I was like, come on,
he
man.
was eating body shots, man.
But still, the first time you get to see Yuri fight in the tournament is when he gets to fight Spider.
Right? For your boy Pepe, man.
Yeah, that's your man's. But, I mean...
Spider thought he was smooth.
Yeah, he thought he was massive. The little flick jab he was doing, it was annoying the hell out of me. And then...
Once he got, like, hit, like, one time, bro, he just was, like... He acted like he didn't know what the hell he was doing in the ring.
Yeah, Yuri got hit in the face once, and then they do that little, like... I don't even know what to call it, like the after image thing, and his eyes had that little glow.
Yeah.
And then his body was moving, and like the little like laser line was following his body, and he just one shot Spider.
Like nothing, bro.
It was like nothing because he was dodging his punches and everything, but after he punched him in the face, that was it for Spider.
Right?
This motherfucker's names
was
Spider, Shark, Lion. I'm like,
know.
yo,
It's all
what the
these
fuck is with
fucking
these
names, man?
all these animal names, man?
You know?
But yo, Yuri is fucking pumped. Him and Joe end up meeting each other outside the stadium before their fights.
Yeah.
And he's like, so what are you fighting for? And Joe's like,
He's like,
I'm fighting for fucking. It's my dream to have a
So
one-on-one,
fighting
pure,
for the
smooth
bitches.
fight with you, and that's what I want, an even level fight with you. And then he's like, "What are you fighting for?" And Yuri's like, "I'm fighting for a dream."
you know,
so-
I'm fighting for this lady's dream. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm the dog on the leash, really.
I'm fighting for a dream. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just trying to look up my man Yuri. Dude. When Yuri told her that he's going gearless, she fucking was rattled. She looked like fucking she just found out like her fucking kid died or something. She was just like, oh, I forbid it. I was like, here we go.
She wasn't even trying to have that.
She's like, I'll end it. I'll literally end all this shit.
Yeah, she was like,
She was getting on her Denzel training day. She's like, you think you can fucking do this to me?
She was like, I'm literally just gonna cancel the finals,
I was like,
and
bro.
you can fuck off along with Joe.
I was like, good luck.
And everyone was like, but I don't understand why I forget this guy's name. Oh, it was Burroughs. That's who he had to fight. It was Burroughs.
Yes, Burroughs. Mm-hmm.
But little did we know, Nabu fucking cut a deal with Fujimaki so that if he did get almost all the way to the finals, that he would take a dive.
Yeah, so he tried to pull that shit on fucking Joe again. Try to hand him the little fucking earpiece. Joe was pissed.
Yeah, he was fucking pissed. He goes,
Like, bro, you never believed in me, huh? You never thought I could actually win this.
yeah, that whole time it was me, you, and Sacha. You was just fucking lying
Like,
to me.
that right there again made me think, like, yo, Nambu's the fucking worst,
Yeah, I
bro.
was like,
Nambu's the black op,
I
man.
was like, I fucking hate this guy. And then it has a flashback to when he was begging for his life after that first fight. And then Fujimaki's talking to him, and he goes, if we can get to Megalonia, what's your first thought? And then you saw friggin' Nabu with that smirk. And that's when you know he cut a deal. Like, hey, I'll make him take the fall if we get to Megalonia. Don't worry about it, man.
The worst.
Just a piece of fucking shit.
Right.
And then so Fujimaki comes to collect before the Burroughs fight. And that's when basically Team Nowhere gets disbanded.
Yeah.
Team Nowhere is the name of the team they came up with of Pops and Nambu, Pops, Sachio, and Joe. And Joe's like, yo, fuck this. I'm out. Sachio's like, yo,
Doesn't
I'm
Joe
up
hop
outta
back
here.
on his motorcycle again?
Yeah, Joe hops on his bike and just dips off, of course.
I wonder who's fixing his bike all the time.
The dude at
yeah.
Abu Hachis, man.
Because this dude, I would have told him.
The dude with the ponytail chin.
I would have like, I would have like, you're all dumb, bro. Don't bring this bike back here.
Yeah, I mean, that's his man. He's gonna ride for his man and fix it for him.
Yo, I thought Nambu was gonna get bodied though when he was in the room watching the fight, and then when Joe didn't throw the fight, and then fucking what's his name, Fujimaki was like telling his guys like, all right, go get the kid, take him out, blah blah blah. You all done, my guy. I was like, and then you see Nambu kind of like smirk and like pull out his knife or something too, and I was just like, they're doing a fight to the death.
Yo, Nambu was handling it.
I gotta
Big-ass
give it to him, man. Knocking dudes out, man.
Yeah.
He's a trainer, man. He knows how to throw hands.
No, he definitely knew how to fight. He definitely was a boxer in his young days.
You know?
And then, I mean, so Joe had to fight Burroughs, but he was dolo in the ring. No Sachio, no Pops, besides in the earpiece because Fujimaki was holding them tight. He was basically being held hostage, which he deserved because he's a bitch. But then Joe's getting his ass kicked by Burroughs. The first few rounds, and Joe had nothing for him. I feel like because of the fact that neither one of them that were in his corner, he just didn't know what to do.
He definitely didn't.
And then Fujimaki the whole time was like, yo, this motherfucker's plotting. I know Joe's not listening to him. And he even says it to him. And then when, like Jordan said, when Fujimaki was like, yo, go get the kid. And then you see Sachio run out there. And then that sparks basically the second gear that Joe needed to start fighting back against friggin' Burroughs. And he's hitting him with body shots. He's finally connecting to his face. I mean, he gets a little cocky and, gets knocked down, of course. But
knocked down for like the 80th time.
Yeah, but then Nambu's in his ear basically telling him, like, yo, I believe in you. Like, I got love for you. It's all good. Like, Team Nowhere for life. And
He's like,
then
don't worry about me.
Joe knocks out Burroughs while Pops is giving his eye to friggin' Fujimaki
Yo,
to settle the
that's what
debt.
I'm saying, bro. So when he pulled out that knife and like smirked, I was like, yo, Nambu's about to just throw it down and scrap to the death, bro. I thought Joe was gonna like go up there and find him like a bloody mess, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, 3 dudes stabbed up dead, but then Nambu's laying there too, all poked up, man. I thought it was gonna be a good knife fight to the death. And then to find out he took his own eye. It's his only last eye.
Yeah, his only good eye, because like we said, his other eye was patched and already gone. So this guy gave Fujimaki
had it just chilling
man.
had it wrapped in like a cocktail napkin on the desk.
Yeah. And then so Joe and Sacho run up, they kick the door open, and here's friggin' Nambu leaking all over the friggin' ground. No eyes.
And Joe was about to do what he does best, right? To just go and throw a fucking haymaker right at Fujimaki. That would have been the end of him.
Yeah, friggin' Nambu was like, nah, man, let's get up out of here. It's not even worth it. I settled the debt. You'll never have to hear from him again. And then even Fujimaki's people was looking at him crazy, like, yo, you gonna let him do that?
Right.
And he was like, yo, this guy's only dream was to see his basically pupil dance in the ring, and he just gave up that dream to settle his debt. Like, my man's good. Let him go.
Right, he's all done. Brand done.
Brand done. But yeah, that was basically it. And then what happens now is that's when Joe and Joe said to Yuri again, like, no. Yuri came down to the friggin' ring when Burroughs knocked him down, and was like, yo, don't disappoint me. I get up. And he also helped Sacho not get kidnapped. But he came down the ring and was like, yo, don't disappoint me. And so he wins, and he's like, hey, just like I promised, we're here. And I'll see you in the championship.
Right.
And then
it was shocking, man, when Yuri goes and slides up on Mikio, man. It was like, yo, I want this fucking gear removed.
Yeah, it tells Yukiko, like, listen, this gear's coming off and you'll probably never see me again. So
he's like, I'm getting off the gear.
It's been fun, but I'm tired of this shit. I want a one-on-one fair fight. So he goes to Mikio in the woods in the countryside, and he's like, hey, man,
ready to relapse.
I need you to take this off me. So in a makeshift hospital room, apparently, he had all the equipment he needed to surgically remove high-tech fucking shit from someone's body.
Like, literally had to use some, like, artificial intelligent fucking machine.
This motherfucker had 10 fucking utensils. No way he had all the shit he needed to help
it was crazy.
Help get that armor off.
This dude, Yuri, was going through it, man.
Yeah, fucking
withdrawals times 9. Like, he was in that room, the door locked, trying to get through the door, screaming.
Yeah, Yukiko gets a call from Mikio, comes through, and he's like, hey, listen, when the anesthesia wears off, my man's going to be going through it.
Yeah.
So
he's like, it's been 4 days of this, and Yuri was just in there screaming like a friggin' wild banshee, crying like a wounded bear cub.
She sneaks into his room, like, Mikio slips Yukiko a little, like, pain reliever for
right.
It
looked like a little EpiPen, man.
Yeah, EpiPen or just like some Vicodin or some shit.
Right.
He's like, this will take the pain away.
Shit, some fentanyl right here. Like,
that's what he was shooting up in his lap when he was training.
He def was.
Yo, my man was a little fiend.
He was forcing it.
Yeah.
Dude, was he like? Did he like inject it into his neck?
Yeah.
He forced it.
Level 6 out of 10 ran to the neck.
Yo, to inject something in your neck is wild. I could never imagine. I could never imagine that.
Yeah, my man's drugged up. And they didn't really dive too much into it, but Mickey was on that shit.
Yeah, Yuri looked crazy after, man. Like, the scars.
All the
and
scars
stuff.
and shit. Everyone always has some cool ass scars in these anime, man. Like,
Def
wouldn't have looked like that at all.
Right.
But he had the cool scars coming.
But he got back to it. My man was now in train mode, man. He's out here training without the gear on.
Yo, and then the freaking thing happened again. But yeah, he looked like he was in good shape. His friggin' jabs looked on point because he could really fight.
Yeah, he's the only other
Only
one.
motherfucker in the tournament
He
who still got
definitely-
hands.
I mean, Yuri would have been really cool if he didn't have that damn stupid mullet, though. His little mullet
little
hair.
gray mullet.
Like my man's got a gray mullet. That's the only thing I couldn't get by. Like, I thought he was cool. I was like, yo, Yuri's a badass. He's a beast. But he has a gray mullet.
Yeah, that hair was crazy.
It looked like a gray mullet wig, too, man. It didn't even look like his actual real hair.
But when he finally faces Joe and they start going after it, I mean, he was still on top by a pretty good margin.
His jab, everything was still just too quick, man.
It looked like he could still predict Joe's moves.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet he watched a ton of tape on him, like a friggin' football coach, but he was still predicting his moves. Joe really couldn't touch him for a long-ass time.
Right.
And then, they pointed out that he wasn't sitting down, and Pops is at the ring, like feeling on the ring because he can't see, obviously.
All blind out here.
Trying to help him out as best he can, but he's friggin' just blind.
That's rough.
Oh, we forgot to say that friggin' Aragaki made a comeback when after Nambu lost his eye, he was training Joe.
Oh, that's
being his
right,
sparring partner.
man. Yo, and we forgot to mention that Aragaki's new trainer's name. You remember what his name is?
Nah.
Oh, Mr. Miyagi, dude. I was dying.
Yo, I didn't know that.
Like, thank you, Mr. Miyagi. I was like, what? Like, my man's a Miyagi?
No, I didn't even realize that,
This
man.
dude's the man. But yeah, so he gets that dude, Mr. Miyagi, and gets Aragaki to train
Mr.
with
Miyagi.
Joe, man, to prepare him for the fight. That's right.
Yeah, preparing for the friggin' Yuri fight.
Yeah, that was cool.
Forgot
That
all
was
about
cool
that.
right there, man.
It was def cool.
Yeah.
And then it just goes to, they basically let you know that Pops can almost see what's going on by the sound and feel of the ring, and that's what he was trying to do with Joe in the Yuri fight.
His other senses heightened.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're like, oh, Yuri's not sitting down in the corner, and then it flashes to Mickey on this because that's all the surgery and pain he's in. If he sits down, his ass ain't getting up. Just sitting he's standing in the corner the whole time.
That's wild, man.
But after a few rounds, he starts like breaking down. He starts dropping his water in the corner, and you can tell that he's not fully 100% since the surgery to remove the gear.
Sachio's like, bro, here's my bottle of water. And he was like, motherfucker,
I don't need your pity.
I didn't bring nobody with me. I don't need nobody.
He's like, I don't need your pity, man.
He's like, nah.
He's like, I'm not doing it out of pity. I'm doing this so I don't hear no excuses when Joe beats you.
Yeah, that was a good
Little
response,
bitch.
right?
Yeah, Sachio about that action.
He said, bro, you're going to get bodied, and I don't want to hear a little bitch-ass excuse saying you weren't hydrated, your water spilled.
Exactly. We don't need none of that.
I mean,
So I'm going to tie
for
these
one,
loose ends up.
Your dumbass is trying to hold a bottle of water with fucking boxing gloves
Yeah, with the
on.
boxing glove.
Crazy.
But finally, they start getting good exchanges, and Joe starts hitting some fucking shots.
Right.
And then
finally.
it literally is like a Rocky movie where they fast forward through the rounds, and you can see like
Yeah,
the rounds
they
going,
did.
and you can see them fighting, and one person's hitting the other, then the other person hits them.
They're like round 8, 9, 10,
Fight.
11, 12. I'm like, Jesus. These
Yo.
dudes. After that, I was like, damn, how many rounds they fighting in this shit?
Battle of the fucking stamina,
It
man.
is, yo. You literally keep on boxing until someone is TKO'd.
Until one of you fucking drop. And then while that's going on, they like keep flashing over to Nambu and Sachio, and Sachio's basically voicing what's happening in the rounds to Nambu. And in the 13th round, he goes, yo, that kid, enough, stop talking. I want you to pay attention to the fight and burn this image into your brain, because this is going to be it, and this is going to be the best thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
And everybody knew that 13th round was going to be it, because they're fucking haymakering each other. It's going back and forth, blood's everywhere. And then they go in again for the Rocky and Apollo.
Yeah.
The end of the end of the second movie, I think, when they punch each other in the chin, and the movie ends right there and it freezes.
There, yeah.
That's exactly what happens with Yuri and Joe.
So they ended like that, and you're just gonna be, sitting there, and I'm like, so who the fuck won? I was sitting there, I was like, damn, they really nuts, dude. I almost like didn't even watch the credits. Because, you know, when you watch on Crunchyroll, it always says, skip credits.
Yeah.
I almost pressed it. And I almost just hit back. 'Cause I thought that, the shit ended. Maybe you find out in season 2, kind of what it went down. But they end up playing some more shit at the end of the credits or whatever. And they give, like, the results for that Megalonia tournament. And they said it was 13 rounds with 2 minutes and 51 seconds KO. And they said the winner was Gearless Joe. I was like, damn.
Yo, this whole time since it came out in 2018, I thought Yuri won the fight.
Yo.
Because I didn't read the bottom of that because it's not even in like big letters.
You know what I'm saying? Gearless Joe
usually
won.
They put it in the fucking like main thing, but
so then they show I like the ending too, man. Because then they show Ambu gets like a new gym and stuff, and friggin' Aragaki, whatever's there.
Yeah, everybody's there. All
the
guys.
people there and
the
stuff.
Middleman, like
Mr. Miyagi's chilling.
The middleman, I don't even know, like dealer that they had.
Yeah, the middleman.
He got sharpied and drawn on for the kids.
What's it? Yachio's over here playing with the dog and stuff. He was playing with Yuri's dog.
Yeah.
And the craziest shit ever. my man Yurio's in a wheelchair, bro. How do you end up in a wheelchair from getting knocked out in boxing? Bro,
his body gave out.
Joe put him in a wheelchair. I couldn't believe it. He's chilling in a wheelchair now.
Yo, Joe really put this motherfucker in a wheelchair.
And the worst part is Yuri's out here just chilling with him, laughing and shit like they're just the best of friends. I'm like, bro, someone put me in a wheelchair. That's it, bro. I actually might have to just kill you on that one. Like, you literally ended my ability to walk.
Yo, I mean, that's what happens, man. You wanted to fight even playing field. That's what happens.
Nah, that was wild, man. Like,
I feel like it must be because of the surgery and that his body wasn't even ready yet.
Yeah.
And he still put it through hell.
It had to be.
It just, his body shit the bed.
It did.
I mean, he seems cool, dude.
I would think like his upper body would have like shit the bed, like, or like he wouldn't be able to like really move his arms no more. But he just lost all movement of his legs, I guess. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, his body didn't give a fuck. They're like, yo, listen, you gotta need to chill out permanently.
Yeah, but it's cool. It ends like that and stuff. Friggin'.
No, it was a good ending, man. It was a good ending. They
become
friends.
They all had like a feast and everything.
Yeah, they all become friggin' friends. Just like, again, Rocky and Apollo.
Right.
Same shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that anime was amazing to me, especially when it first came out, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
I was blown away by it, especially because it just gave me that old school feel, animation, everything, the story. It was great. Yeah,
it's definitely something I would recommend to people, especially because it ain't like super long either. You're talking, 26 episodes.
Yeah, with both seasons, because the first season's only 13. Same with the second. It's a really good anime if anyone's a beginner and wants to get into, if you like fighting anime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially if you're into like boxing and stuff.
Yeah, you have to like fighting anime.
But now I'm gonna finish season 2 now, and I'm jumping straight into Ippo. I'm rewatching it. I gotta rewatch that, man.
I need to find where like the second half of Ippo is, because I watched it on Netflix. That only goes up to like 74, 75.
Do they not have that on Crunchy?
I don't know. I don't think they have all the episodes on Crunchyroll.
Well, we're gonna have to take a look.
But I was thinking about
Jimi no Ippo. So they have 78 episodes.
Yeah, it's not all of it.
How many episodes is on here?
It's over 100.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go check my other app.
I was thinking about the next anime for us to watch.
Oh, yeah?
So I was thinking, have you ever seen Chainsaw Man?
Oh, yeah.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Of course I watched Chainsaw Man.
I was going to say, let's
of course, waiting for that shit to come back. that anime was wild, man. Just because like the gore and the blood and like the just cutting up, I'm like, so Jesus, man. People getting bodied left and right too in that show. I was like, damn.
That was a good fucking show.
So with Ippo, so I'm looking at it now. They got Fighting Spirit. It says episode 75. Then they have Fighting Spirit New Challenger, 26 episodes.
Yeah, so that must be it then. So 78 for the first one and 26 for the second season.
And then they have Hajime no Ippo, The Fighting, 25 episodes. So it must go like that. It must go with the 75 Fighting Spirit, then it goes to Fighting Spirit New Challengers, 26, and then it goes to The Fighting, 25.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because that's like $1.25 around there.
I gotta watch that second half.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, man.
Yeah, definitely. But
shit, I forgot, man. Saturday, man. I gotta watch my Bleach.
I haven't watched Bleach in like 2 weeks.
You still didn't watch the last 2 episodes? Damn, man.
Oh,
I don't know how you could even wait, man. I'm
not that like blown away
by
Bleach like
so
you are, man.
Good.
It's a great anime and everything,
good.
but
nah, it's so fire.
I don't be rushing.
The
to
fights
it like
are
that.
so tough.
It's
and every episode it keeps building up more and more suspense because you just know who's gonna stop fighting. Like Kenpachi or all these other dudes are gonna stop fighting, man. It's like the
I don't know right now.
Shisuke, all like you're like about to finally see eyes, and it's just like yo.
Right now we're in the middle ground, and I'm just like,
You gotta watch it. Listen, put it this way.
Oh,
man.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
You're 3 episodes behind. I feel like this next episode, the one that came out today, is gonna be fucking crazy.
It better be.
So you
this will be the third.
Yeah. So tomorrow you definitely should watch all fucking 3.
I should. I probably will. I'm not gonna lie. I probably will. I gotta start watching that One Piece remake too.
I'm curious. Not.
That's fine. I'm definitely curious to see how they retell that fucking Fishman Island story. Because Luffy's about to go ham again.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's all I got. Go watch. Go watch
check that
freaking
out.
Megalobox.
Megalobox.
Amazing, Gearless Joe. So what do you think? Chainsaw Man for the next one?
It's a possibility.
I mean, I think it's 12 episodes too. It's not even 13.
It is short. Yeah, it's a possibility. Because there's some other animes I haven't, obviously haven't seen in a good couple years now that I would love to like kind of rewatch. Like, probably Hell's Paradise is one that I really liked. Did you watch Hell's Paradise, right?
No.
You never watched Hell's Paradise?
No, is that the one with Garu? Is that what you're talking about?
That's so bad I don't even remember the names of it. Names of these dudes.
If we're talking about Hell's Paradise and it's with the little ninja dude.
It's when they go to the
island.
They go to that island. Whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, we talked about
Hell's Paradise is fucking
Garu's
great.
the Garu's from
and that's only
One Punch
13
Man.
episodes as well.
Yeah, Garu's from One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, there's that. There's even some that I forget, man. Like God of High School. I don't really remember that too much of the fights.
God of High School was such a rushed.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's not even an anime. It's like I think it's Chinese, whatever they call.
It looked like it.
Yeah, whatever they call the freaking Chinese anime.
I mean, there's Fire Force.
Yeah, but Fire Force is like 3 seasons.
It definitely is.
And it's like 24 episodes a season.
Isn't it? we got it. I'm just naming off like some animes I haven't seen now in like a good few years.
Yeah, Fire Force is about to come out with their new season in a few months.
Right.
So I'm definitely pumped for that. We're definitely going to be covering that.
Damn.
100%. That's it. I really like that show, and people hate it because the fan service. But I'm like, dog, if you don't let that shit bother you, it doesn't bother you. Like, get past that and get to the anime, and it's so dope.
It is. It was good.
Yeah.
I definitely fucked with it.
It's like Fairy Tail, man. People complain about the fan service, and I'm like, if you ain't here for the fan service, it doesn't bother you, dog.
I'm still not gonna start Fairy Tail.
Get to the fights, man. Get to the fights. I get it.
My boy Anthony's like, how you hating on something you never even watched? I'm like, easy, man. I like just the name of it.
Nah,
I don't know, man. It just looks like a girl anime to me.
It's a good anime, and it has some good fights in it, but it's just there's a bunch of filler, and there's a bunch of fan service. But overall, I still give it like a 7 out of 10. I like Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Probably not. Who knows?
Your man Anthony gonna get.
Yeah, we'll come up with something, man. I mean, that's Chainsaw Man's definitely a good option. But we're gonna give it a couple days to try to come up with see if we can come up with anything else. Cause I mean, I'm definitely open to like starting something older too, but maybe we can push that off like another few weeks from now or something.
What came out first, Hell's Paradise or Chainsaw Man? Chainsaw Man, right?
I feel like it was Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can wrap this up, man.
Definitely, man. Let's get back to that hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, man.
Get back to these games.
Fuck yeah, hyperbolic time chamber.
Imagine they really had made that shit.
But hyperbolic time.
Yeah, where you go in there and you're like you're in there for a year and you come out and it's just a day went by.
Oh my god,
that would be crazy. You'd be missing your kids so bad though, and you get out and they're like, it's nothing to them because you were gone for a day.
I wouldn't miss my kids at all because I know in my mind it's actually only a day.
True, but like but in your head though, like as you're living like 365 days, like you're waking up like 365 times, like damn, I haven't seen my kid in fucking 300 days now.
You gotta think it's only a day, man.
That's crazy, yo. Imagine, yo.
You know how jacked I
am. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Imagine coming out
God.
Good year where you're working out. You know, I would work out 6 days.
Oh yeah.
I take one day just to completely recover. I'd
probably do like
200 grams of protein, chilling.
I'd probably do 2 a day. It's insane.
I would probably work out twice a day for 6 days, and then take that one day.
Yeah, they have a personal chef and everything. You fucking kidding me?
Oh man, that would be so fucking dope, bro.
I look like Lou Ferrigno, the fucking Black Ferrigno's what I look like.
That shit would be amazing. Yeah. All right, man. Well, until next time, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Till next time, everybody. Peace.
Peace.